Absolutely fantastic! My first figure from the line that's supposed to end the SH Monster Arts line's whole career is here. Hiya Toys Godzilla 2019. Hiya Toys has done a surprisingly fantastic job bringing to life Godzilla 2019 with a fantastic sculpt, great paint apps, and a great range of articulation. Before we find out how fantastic Godzilla is, give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Godzilla stands roughly 7 inches tall and 12 inches head to tail. Godzilla might be out of scale for SH Monster Arts figures, but he still looks great next to them. Maybe we can kind of justify this with, different Godzilla heights and scaling, I don't know. Godzilla also looks great next to our SH Figuarts Ultraman figures and our mid-sized Chogokin figures from various lines. The scale looks great, now let's see how well Godzilla can move. Starting with the head, we can look up, down, left, right. The mouth can open up nice and wide. The tongue inside of the mouth can be moved up and down, which is really cool. The neck here has some very interesting articulation, so it seems like it's comprised of several different ball joints with several plates that kind of slide and cover up all those gaps, so this is really nice here. The shoulders have a good range of movement. We can almost rotate these a full 360 degrees. Now the joints on my figure are very tight, so I'm not going to do that right here. The arms can come out to a little bit less than 45 degrees, maybe 45 degrees. Then we have a nice bend in the elbows. Now, when you straighten out the arm all the way, you kind of get that nasty naked spot here, but we can bend this all the way up. We have a swivel in the elbows. The claws seem to be on ball joints, so we can tilt and spin these freely. Now, in the upper torso, there is barely any movement at all. I really wish the upper torso here could move. Wish we had movement here in this upper torso and maybe in the upper chest or something like that, but it's okay. Moving down to the legs, we can kick forward this much. As you can hear, those joints are super tight. You can probably do a 360. Kick backwards this much. Up, here we go. There we go. We got a backwards 360 going on. That's pretty cool. We can come out to the side this much. We have a thigh swivel. We have a very nice bend here in the knees. Very nice. The feet can tilt and swivel. And then finally, we have our very long tail comprised of several ball joints. Now again, I did not do my research on the Hiya Toys figures, and I was under the impression that this tail had a bendable wire in it, so thank goodness for ball joints, guys. Remember, hashtag ball joints only. This is a really nice tail here. Very posable, very solid, and very cool. When it comes to sculpt and paint apps, Godzilla is fantastic. Starting from the top, we have the signature 2019 head sculpt. The scales have a very nicely textured and detailed weathered charcoal sculpt. In between the scales, we have a lighter weathered paint app. The eyes are tiny but detail of clean brown irises and black pupils. The teeth have a gray semi-sharp sculpt, while the mouth has a fleshy sculpt with a detailed tongue and jaw membrane. The chest has a bulky, detailed, darker, scaly, muscular sculpt. The scales here are large with a different pattern. In between the scales, the weathering has a fleshy tint to it that is a little bit much, but it's okay. The shoulders and arms have a nice plated, scaly sculpt. You can really see each plate here, which is really nice. The claws have a sharp, scaly sculpt. The legs have a massive, muscular, detailed, scaly sculpt. Again, I really like how we can see each plate here. The fleshy weathering in between the plates pops up again. I feel like this needs to be toned down a little bit, but again, it's still good. The feet have a stubby, scaly sculpt with long, sharp black nails. Spin around to the back, we have our large dorsal fins with a nice textured and detailed sculpt. I really like how we can see all the pits and grooves in each dorsal fin. Finally, we have our long, weathered, scaly, multi-segmented tail with a smoother, scaly pattern on the bottom, and the dorsal fins becoming smaller and tapering off at the end on the top of the tail. For accessories, Godzilla comes with nothing. Now, if you're an avid SH Monster Arts collector, the Atomic Breath Effect part from Godzilla 2019 works well here. If you happen to be a new Hiya Toys collector, there is an option that you can kind of make work here. Hint at a future review? Now, let's do some city building. As a whole, Godzilla turned out to be fantastic. The sculpt is well done, the paint-ups are great, and Godzilla is posable. The only issues I have with this figure are the weathering between the scales, and I would like to see some more articulation in the waist and upper chest. Outside of those two minor things, this figure is fantastic. Now, is Hiya Toys and SH Monster Arts killer? No, but it looks to be a serious competitor, which is really cool. Maybe I'll work on a comparison series as I collect more Hiya Toys figures. But this piece is really cool, so I'm impressed. I absolutely recommend picking up Hiya Toys Godzilla 2019. Be sure to follow me on social media, definitely follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next review.